What if I told you that the true hottest place on Earth isn't a dry desert, but a poisonous, colorful nightmare that looks like an alien planet? A place where the ground breathes toxic gas, the water is pure acid, and the heat is just one of many ways this place tries to kill you. This is the Danakil Depression. And the battle for the title of hottest place on Earth is more complex and more fascinating than you ever imagined. Welcome to Wonders and Extremes. In any competition, you need to know the rules. And in the battle for the hottest place, there are 3 contenders, each a champion in a different category. In one corner, from Iran, the Lut Desert, the undisputed champion of surface heat. In the other, from the USA, Death Valley, the title holder for hottest air temperature. And in the final corner, from Ethiopia, the Danakil Depression. It may not hold the single highest record, but it claims the title for the most brutally hostile heat environment on the planet. Let's meet our champions. First, the Lut Desert. Its victory is a story of modern technology. Its record-breaking 80.8 degrees Celsius, or 177 degrees Fahrenheit, isn't something you feel on your skin. It's the temperature of the ground itself, measured by NASA satellites. This happens because the Lut's Gandambarian Plateau is covered in dark volcanic rock, a perfect heat sponge. It sits in a basin, trapping dry air that allows the sun's energy to bake the soil relentlessly. While the ground is hot enough to fry an egg instantly, the air temperature a few feet above it is significantly lower. The Lut is the undisputed champion of the skin of our planet. Now, Death Valley. Its claim to fame is all about what you breathe and feel. The 56.7 degrees Celsius, or 134 degrees Fahrenheit recorded here is the highest air temperature ever reliably measured with a thermometer. Death Valley is a furnace because it's long, narrow, and deep below sea level. Moist air gets trapped, sinks, and heats up dramatically. This is the heat that weather reports talk about. It's the heat that stresses your body to its absolute limit. So if you're a person standing in the sun, Death Valley is the pinnacle of atmospheric heat. Which brings us to the Danakil. It doesn't just have one source of heat, it has 2. The first is the same brutal sun that bakes the Lut and Death Valley. But the second comes from below. The Danakil Depression is one of the only places on Earth where the continental crust is actively splitting apart. This ripping creates a thin crust, allowing the Earth's mantle to heat the ground from the bottom up. It's a double broiler of heat, and this is what makes the Danakil truly different from every other hot place on Earth. In Death Valley or the Lut Desert, heat comes and goes. There are seasons, there are cooler nights, there are moments of relief. In the Danakil Depression, there is no escape. Nighttime temperatures often stay above 30 degrees Celsius. The ground never fully cools. The air is thick, heavy, and sometimes chemically dangerous to breathe. Your body can't recover here. Sweat doesn't evaporate efficiently. Hydration becomes a race against time. And yet, humans still walk these salt flats, still carve blocks of salt by hand, still guide camel caravans across a landscape that feels designed to repel life. This isn't just heat as a number. This is heat as a constant pressure, physical, chemical, and psychological. But the heat is just the beginning. This geological violence creates a landscape of otherworldly extremes. Pools of neon yellow and green, with a pH level sometimes below 0, stronger than battery acid. Volcanic vents constantly leak chlorine and sulfur gas, requiring explorers to wear gas masks. Vast, blinding plains of salt, mined by camel caravans in a tradition centuries old. This is why the Danakil is in a category of its own. The heat isn't an isolated factor. It's part of a perfect storm of lethality. It has the highest average temperature because it's constantly being cooked from above and below. So, who wins? For the hottest ground, the champion is the Lut Desert. For the hottest air, champion is Death Valley. But for the most hostile, geologically active, and relentlessly extreme heat experience, the undisputed champion is the Danakil Depression. What's fascinating is that the Danakil Depression might not just represent the limits of Earth, but a preview of other worlds. Scientists study this region because it closely resembles early Earth, and even Mars. Extreme heat, toxic chemistry, minimal water. And yet, life still finds a foothold. If organisms can survive here, it reshapes our understanding of where life might exist beyond our planet. The most hostile place on Earth becomes one of the most important laboratories in the search for life elsewhere. And this hostility holds a secret key to life itself. Studying this hell on Earth helps us understand how life might survive on other planets. The ultimate extreme becomes a window into the cosmos. In the end, the hottest place isn't one place. It's a title defined by how we measure our world. The Lut shows us the power of the sun. Death Valley shows us the power of our atmosphere. But the Danakil Depression shows us the raw, creative, and destructive power of the planet itself. If you were an adventurer, which of these three extremes would you be most curious to visit? Let us know in the comments. Are you Team Lut, Team Death Valley, or Team Danakil? Also, we want to hear from you. What extreme should we explore next? Your suggestions will help shape this channel. Subscribe to Wonders and Extremes and hit the bell so you don't miss our next journey to the edge of what's possible. Thanks for watching.